Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a how-to or a baking video or whatever. And in this video I'm going to teach you guys how to make my grandma's rhubarb bread. Here in Wisconsin, and I'm sure around the United States, rhubarb is a very popular plant or food to grow. And it takes minimal effort. You plant it in the ground and it will grow. So I have an abundance of it in my garden. So I have been making loaves of bread, probably one batch a week, and maybe eat one and we freeze one. So we'll have some this winter. So first I'm going to give you the rundown of everything and then we'll go ahead and assemble. You're going to preheat your oven to 325 degrees. So I've already got that going. Your ingredients you're going to need is 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 2/3 cup vegetable oil, 1 cup of sour milk. If you don't have sour milk, which most of us don't, you can make that by mixing 1 cup of milk with 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. We will be using 1 egg, 1 teaspoon each of your salt, baking soda, and vanilla. I have imitation. I usually like to have the better stuff, but it's the same thing. 2.5 cups of flour, which you can't see in there because it's white in a white bowl. 1.5 cups of finely chopped rhubarb. Mine's a little bit more, maybe 1 3/4 cup. And then a 1/2 cup of finely chopped nuts. And so I have done pecans. I believe they're pecans. Then for the topping, you will be cutting together 1/3 cup of regular sugar along with a tablespoon of butter. So I have that, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that or not. I have that already mixed up in here. Good enough. And I'm real good at sprinkling it, so when it gets to that point, I will show you how I do it. So you're going to stir the ingredients in order given. So I'm going to move you guys over here so you can kind of see what I'm doing as I mix. Alright, so now we are going to assemble, as we said, in the order given. So we're going to, or mix I should say. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the brown sugar in first, like so. Close her down, lock her up. And away we go. Oil. You want to make sure each ingredient gets mixed thoroughly. The sour milk. The egg, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of vanilla, now we start mixing in the flour, careful not to put too much at a time or you'll get the big clouds. There we go. Gonna let that mix in. At this point you may need to stop for just a second and scrape the sides of the bowl. Where is my spatula? Here we go. Sometimes I get the flour sticking out the side here. Go ahead and push that down. Set that aside. Commence stirring. Now the rhubarb, and it's going to start clunking. It's okay. It's just because of the rhubarb. This part you're going to do rather quickly because it really doesn't take much time to mix that in, and the nuts. And we are mixed. Now you're going to fill, I need to wipe this off, 2 loaf pans. I suggest using smaller loaf pans. If you try and do one large loaf pan, it's not going to cook evenly. So I have 2 of them that I have buttered and floured, and we are going to go ahead and pour them in. Let's unplug this. Pop that up. Get all that goodness off there, and I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My husband was calling on his break. So I've gone ahead and I have poured them into the tins. Now the next step is the topping, and you're supposed to sprinkle this onto the top. I am no good at trying to sprinkle this, so I go ahead and get out my sifter, pour a bunch in, and I will just kind of sift a nice topping on there. I don't tend to use the entire amount. I think that's a little bit overkill. But if you want to, please, go ahead. I'm not sure how you're supposed to sprinkle this stuff because it kind of globs together. Alright, so as you can see, hopefully, not sure if you can, I still have quite a bit in there, but we're not going to go ahead and use that because, if I can show you the bread, there's quite a bit of crumble on there. Not really crumble, but the sugar. So, we're going to go ahead and put these into the oven, again, that we preheated at 325. I have the bottom of my oven lined with, or not the bottom rack of my oven lined with tin foil because it can have a tendency to bubble oil over. If you have like a liner or something in there, that'd probably be good. Otherwise it's going to bubble oil over. Oh, I keep saying oil. Oh, look at that. And it can cause a mess. So we're going to set our timer for 40 minutes. That's when we're going to start checking. Until you check it with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, dry, then you know it's done. I tend to have found it takes about a good hour. But we'll set it at 40 minutes and then we will keep checking from there. Alright guys, so it has been a total of I think an hour and 5 minutes. And I'm pretty sure we are ready to go. I have tested a few times, so we are going to pull these out. See, obviously you can see that they ooh, sorry about that. You can see that they did rise up. And you can still see some of the nice sugar up on the top there. See if you can see that there. There we go. So I will just show you how you test them in case you're just curious. I just take a regular toothpick and I put it in 3 spots. I put it on each edge. You can see each time it's coming out clear. And then once down the middle. If it's not done, you will see some gooiness on there. And we are good for that loaf. Always double check both loaves because they can cook at different times depending, you didn't put the same amount in both, of course. So we are good. So what we will be doing now is we're going to give these a good, we're going to shut everything off here. We're going to give these a good 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes or so. Let them set in the pan, the bread tin. If you go and flip them out now, it's just going to deflate on itself and be horrific. So we're going to let these sit and we will come back and I will flip them and hope that they stay in one piece. I'm not the best at flipping and staying in one piece. Normally a part of the bottom falls out, but whatever. And then we will wrap this video up, so I'll see you shortly. Alright guys, the time has come. We are going to try and flip these two bad boys onto these little cooling racks here. So, they may be still a little warm, so just, be careful for that. We're going to flip them over. And if we buttered these well and floured, nothing left. Yay! Switch them. Will I get 2 for 2? Let's see. Come on. I did! Yay! Oh, it worked for YouTube. Yay! Usually I'm like the whole middle is gooped up. So I'm going to let these cool off more because they're still really hot. And then we will slice into them. A few tips when making this. I always, as you see in the beginning of the video, I had everything kind of individualized because you have to mix it in order. So always do that. Second tip is do not use the pan spray. At least don't use the original. My mom uses the one that says for baking or something. It's supposed to have like a flour residue. If you use this, it's going to be way oily and it's just not good. What else tips can I give you? Do make sure you let these sit in the pan like I did. They ended up sitting for almost a half hour and they're still super hot. Super moist though. I don't think, well, maybe. Let's go ahead. So you can see the shine on my hand. They're greasy as it is. If you use that spray. Let's go ahead and find my bread knife. And let's cut a piece off of one of these and go ahead and show you. So the top is crispy. I don't know how well it's going to cut because it's warm. But there we go, there we go. Beautiful. I'll bring this piece in close so you can see. See the moistness there is nice and shiny. It's not a good angle. Let's see what happens when I turn a little bit. See, it's nice and moist. And there's the bread over there. We'll give it a try. Delicious. We're going to zoom in here. Not really zoom, we're going to move in. And there's a nice and holy. That means I got like an air pocket in there. Still bits of rhubarb. So you can see that the big pieces that we put in there, they break up. And they stay nice and small. And so they turn out rather delicious. So, that is my grandma's rhubarb bread recipe. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. A little different, really different than most of my videos. I have done a few cooking ones before, but that was probably like a year ago if you look back, way back in my channel. That is it. I will see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe if you're new. Thumbs up this video and questions, comments, suggestions down below or somewhere. Alright guys, bye. Wow, that is a really ugly ceiling fan. Don't pay no attention. Here, we'll cover it up. There. Okay, bye.